I believe this is essentially how, that water, or not water, but, there's all these documentaries and whatnot about, how a guy invented a carburetor that runs on a, fuel, but does something to it and whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Starts making the car get, like, excellent gas mileage. If you notice, that plate right there, moves in and out, adjustable, has it's heated right now because fire. But if you notice, when you drip gasoline onto it, I'm gonna watch the thing, not the fire, or not the phone, but you're not dumping raw gas into it. You're just letting that fume of it just kind of and I believe that's the essential process that the car is going through. And what do you call it? Somebody out there saying the word, and I'm just not hearing it. I'm sorry. I recorded this beforehand. It just burns it easier when it's... Whereas, if I just open this up and put it in the hole, just kind of a raw burn, like gasoline does. Sometimes it'll crawl up the face of it or whatever. You get drips on the plate, but that's essentially it. But it doesn't have really much of a whoo, you know what I mean? Whereas if you close it up, give it enough of a gap to still suck through, the plate's heated, it's vaporizing the fuel into a much more workable solution for the fire. You're not burning the raw fuel, you're burning the fumes. And sometimes you have a kickback. It'll come out here and light that. See, if I drip it down over the edge and come back up and over, because of that closed gap, the fire can't jump back, you know what I mean? It can every now and then, but you'd have a system in place to stop that from happening. Maybe a backblast diverter or something like that, you know what I mean? But I believe this is the concept. Maybe not the execution, but the concept of better fuel economy, See, that's that kickback valve. If I had something in place that kind of flapped up as it tried to push back on itself, it would only come back if it was allowed to. And you see it keeps coming back now, right? And it's not that the plate is igniting it because it's hot. It's that vacuum inside isn't pulling as much as it was before. So what we do, light up down here, get in here going again, push it back in, and then you notice, well, I kind of left the gap open a little bit, but then you'll notice no kickback. And that's because it takes a flame to ignite. Once you vaporize gas, basically it's just the fumes, And you see them, right? I'm going to take theory and put it into practice somehow. And get it on video and see if I get a visit from the Shell Corporation. Because you might be able to kill an old man inventor in his garage. But I'm a bit harder to kill, And the world kind of needs something better. This fuel situation we got going on is not sustainable. The people in the world that want oil still to be its top commodity, for personal gain, is fighting tooth and nail constantly to avoid any sort of upgrades. Electric is still run off the same coal and fossil fuels that a car would. All this stuff is being poked holes into, and after billions have been sold, now people look into it. It's got to be a better way, and I think I found it. Patents are locked up, so basically you got to start from scratch. There's a thing, I forget what it's called, but if you put a patent in that makes, let's say, a solar panel more than 20% efficient, or a carburetor that gets more than 30 miles to the gallon, the government can come in and say, we're taking that patent and locking it down, and if you ever produce anything like that again, we'll come and take your fucking teeth out with a pair of pliers and a blowtorch. But, lucky for them, fighting has taken most of my teeth anyway. And still, I don't know, the pyro in me, kind of likes to play with shit like this, but, fire's dangerous. Obviously, flashbacks, fucking, it's called bloody, boiling liquid, expanding vapor. You just gotta contain it properly, and from there, it's just a matter of feeding it into a motor before it turns from vapor back into a liquid. I would assume, gas coming up from here, turns vapor here, gets shot into the motor. What doesn't get sucked into the motor or used gets recycled. Over here it'd be a condenser, turned back into fuel, back into the tank, right?